Hey, hey, it's Naima with the Life in Paris radio show. And we are, um, you know what? I just realized I wanting to make sure I'm broadcasting from the right place. I'm pretty sure I am. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go check right now. Yes, we are. Perfect. So I am going to give Facebook a couple minutes to build us an audience here. So if you're watching this as a replay, go ahead and fast forward about 2 minutes and we'll be right back. Hey, hey, it's Naima Singletary here with the Life in Paris radio show. I'm allowing Facebook time to build us an audience as I'm going to be broadcasting from Facebook Live here on our business page, live streaming, and I'm also broadcasting via audio for our audio listeners. So we're going to get started here in about 1 minute. Okay, here we go. We are live. Hello. I see we have a few people here. I am having my iPad here because I'm also broadcasting via audio for today's Life in Paris radio show. So welcome to those of you who are seeing me, hearing me for the very first time. I'm Naima Singletary with the Life in Paris radio show, and I'm broadcasting to you from my apartment here in Paris. And so this is what I'm going to ask, because I'm navigating two different platforms right now. We got the audio version, so people are hearing it differently here through the platform we're using with audio. And then we have the Facebook Live version. So those of you who are on Facebook Live, you get to look at me right now, see my face. So I'm wanting to acknowledge that, because I was thinking about what it would be like for me to be on Facebook Live looking at me or another person right now, or if I was on the audio version, what it would be like for me to be listening to that and how different the experience might be. So I just want to acknowledge that, yes, this could be a very different experience for those of you here. And so I'm really excited about today. I'm excited about all of our topics, aren't I? But today is different because I'm unveiling something. I'm unveiling something that has been with me. It's one of those things where one of my coaches always talks about when you are evolving in your business and you're like, there's a pull for something and some things are very clear, and then sometimes the thing that's right under your nose is like right there. And it's so familiar to you, like a fish in water, right? Or if you're a cook, it's like you're in the kitchen, it's so familiar to you that it's easy to miss. And so I'm going to be sharing that. But before I get into the unveiling and also sharing with you how I was able to garner attention and respect exclusively online, because I have built my business 99% online. I've hosted a couple of events offline, but the overwhelming majority of my income has come from me being present online, presenting myself online, and doing certain things online to help garner respect when I started from zero. When I started from living on my mother's couch, $7 to my name back in 2013, to now having built this multiple six-figure business and having the awesome, front seat of having clients text me and be like, I just got my first $6,000 package. I just closed my first $12,000 client, like that amazingness. And so I'm going to share with you what I'm unveiling that I've been doing that you will be able to do and your business as well. And first, I want to give some housekeeping. So we are going to be here for the full hour. I can see that. I feel that we're going to probably be here for much longer than the typical 30 minutes that we're here for the radio show. And I'm open to questions. So if at any time during the broadcast, or even if you're watching this as a replay, because most people are going to see this as a replay, I'm going to be sharing this inside of the Opulent Living group on Facebook, and most people are going to see this as a replay. I'm going to be sharing it with our list later. So even if you're watching this as a replay and you want to post a question, go ahead and put those questions in the comment section, and then from time to time I'll be going back to look at them and we'll deal with that. So you're in the right place if you want to find out about how you can take what I've taken, a part of what I'm going to be unveiling here, to grow your business and to take it to the next level. And this is a whole new division of the company. So I'm going to start with my life story in relating it to what it is we're talking about. I'm not just telling my life story. So as a kid, and this is where if I was doing this as a webinar, I'd be showing you pictures from me as a kid in my outfits. But as a kid, I was always drawn to how I looked. I was always drawn to expressing myself through wardrobe. I had certain outfits. I remember particularly there was this blue, and it was the kind of blue, not a navy blue, but it was like a mix between a royal blue and a navy blue. It was a blue velour jumpsuit. It was shorts and it was sleeveless and it had the tie around the neck. It was a white tie. So it was blue, and the trimming on this short jumpsuit had white trimming and a tie that only went around the neck. So it was no shoulders, sleeves, tie around the neck. And I remember always wanting to wear that because I felt so beautiful in it. I remember at the beginning of school, like the new school year, it would always be so important to me to be dressed beautifully, to be dressed in a way that showed that I care about how I express myself, and really took compliments seriously, really took the coordination of my clothes and my look and my presentation seriously. And as I got older, it became more pronounced, this desire to look fabulously. I remember when I was like 15, 16, and my mom, she just was not willing to invest the money in the things that I wanted to adorn my body with. And for those of you who have been with me for a while, you've heard me share the story of when the Nike Cortezes were hot. At that time, I was maybe 10 or so. And then when the 357 shoes were hot, and I wanted to wear those, and it was like my first week of middle school, and I really wanted to be fabulous and feel good. And so this is middle school, right? And so once I got out of middle school and really became adamant about dressing and presenting myself the way I wanted to, and my mom was just not willing to invest that money. And I'd share with many of you guys how that's how, from a wealth consciousness perspective, how I got that limited thinking that other people can have what they want, but I can't have what I want. And it's because of what my mother, being unwilling to buy these things that I wanted to wear, not that only she thought was appropriate to wear. You know what? I'm going to open the window. It's really hot in here. That's better. And so, as I came into my teenage years, this desire to look and present myself the way I wanted to became more pronounced. And so as I got older, right, I got into college and I got into my 20s, and it was such a thing. Like, I was one of those women who, my underwear had to be coordinated. My everything, like my hair had to be right, the shoes, everything had to be coordinated. I had to look absolutely stunning, and I was totally okay with being overdressed no matter where I went, because it was so important to me I saw how I responded to people who dressed well. I saw how I responded to people who clearly took pride in the way they adorned their bodies before they left the house. Whether we were out shopping, whether we were at school, whether we were at work, no matter where we were, I noticed how I responded to those people. And so as I got older, and it was so normal to me. And so fast forward, right, there's many years here, but I'm going to fast forward it to the coaching space, okay? And what happened was when I re-emerged, because I was in the coaching space and then I left it because I was depressed and miserable, really, not making the money I wanted, miserable. And when I came back into the coaching space in 2014, with still this love of fashion and a style and expression through wardrobe, etc., and I started to express it on purpose. It wasn't just like this thing that I would do on the side or maybe do for a video or do for whatever, but I really started to show up as who I am, especially once I started to make money. And even before, it's just with more money, you get to buy more things, maybe buy things that cost more that you wouldn't have been able to buy when you had money. And so as I started to take my look serious in business, because prior to 2014, I didn't relate looking good with business. Like I dressed well, right? Because it was a normal thing for me, but I didn't allow it to be pronounced in business because it was just the way I was looking at it. I didn't look at it as an asset. I didn't look at it as valuable. Therefore, I treated it as such. Okay. And so when I started to take myself seriously as far as my fashion was concerned and really using it on purpose and allowing myself to express myself without concern of, am I going to be overdressed? Am I going to look too sophisticated? Am I going to look too glamorous for this? Am I going to, right? And I really started to allow myself to express and live from desire, because by the time 2015 hit, I was at a whole new level of fire. I was at a whole new level of desire. I was at a whole new level of living from desire. I was not worried about what people were going to think of me. I was really ready to go. I was really ready to crank it up and turn up the volume on my income, on my quality of clients, on my lifestyle, on my everything. And so I allowed myself to just go there with the way I express myself, with the way I adorn my body. I just really let myself go there. And as I started to do that, I would do it through fashion shoots. I would do it through video. And in 2015, I started doing a lot of video. 2015 and 2016, I did a lot of video. I started getting really active on Periscope. I was very active with YouTube videos, and Facebook Live is something that I've gotten active with primarily this year. And so what I found as I really started to take my fashion seriously and literally started to think about it from a perspective of who am I versus just putting on clothes or putting on something nice, right? Who am I? What am I wanting to communicate? And then seeing how many of my clients were drawn to me. And I didn't find this out until later talking to them. How many of them were drawn to me because of the way I express myself in both visual form, like the way I adorn my body, my nails, my hair, my everything. And then also how I express myself in language, how I've been able to write so powerfully online, like email, Facebook, everywhere. And so the more that I really got into this and I started to look at how do I serve my clients in a more thorough way, because the focus I've been focusing on helping clients have really transform their relationship with money and really help them step into bigger money unapologetically. That's been my focus. Like I said, my clients, they're getting $6,000, $12,000, $15,000 clients as a result of working with me privately. And so that's amazing and that's awesome. And it's how do I even serve them more? How do I help them make more money quicker? How do I help them feel better in their skin? How do I help them feel better when they are on camera? How do I help them be better overall? Because it's about the life. You know, when you get really good about this money thing, you start to realize the money is awesome. And what kind of life do I want to live? Do you want to, like me, live in Paris? Able to create a video here in my living room in Paris, broadcasting all over the world. Like, I'm doing this video live, but once I'm done, it's going to be on my business page, and people who are coming to my business page in the days, weeks, months from now are going to see this video. And I get to do this from my apartment in Paris. So how do I help my clients live their dream? How do I help them have their life even bigger, even more, and in a way that's fun and fulfilling to me, and in a way that's valuable, and in a way that works, in a way that I know will amplify their confidence, their inner game, the way they see themselves, and ultimately more money, right? And so it's because of that, and because I'm ready to take it to the next level and have more fun, oh my God, and have more fun in my business, is why Opulent Living is now adding a branding division to the company. We are adding a branding division to the company. This branding division is about respect, image, and money. That's our goal, helping you to cultivate respect, garner respect from other people, respect for yourself, amplify your image so that when people see you, because you have consciously and purposefully presented yourself in a way that's in line with who you see yourself to be on the inside, we then come and express that on the outside through wardrobe, through hair, through makeup, and through the words that you use, right? For those of you who have been around for conscious language, who have been clients where we've worked actively on conscious language, for those of you who have read the book Conscious Language, by the way, I'm highly recommending it right now. It's a book called Conscious Language, written by, I think it's Raymond Hollywell. No, that's Working with the Law, excuse me. Anyway, go Google it, Conscious Language. And so I'm teaching some clients right now about killer copy. So if you plan to be successful online, remember, I'm talking specifically online. Also, let me be clear too, online and speaking in public, right? In front of audiences, right? So I'm talking about primarily building a business online. The reason why I'm such an advocate for building a business online is because I want the freedom, and my clients want the freedom, to live anywhere in the world. If your business is dependent on you being in a certain city, you are stuck to that city. However, when you get really good at taking who you are on the inside and presenting that on the outside online, you are able to draw high-paying clients, especially if you are a high-value woman. And you communicate that high value through, obviously, the results you get. Like, that's primary. The results that you get your clients. So if you are a business owner who's getting your clients these amazing results, but you're struggling to get clients because it's like they see you, but they don't feel you, maybe because you write in a weak way, you sort of show up sort of frumpy or not your full self, and you want to go from that into showing up beautifully. You know, you want to show up in a way where we take how you feel on the inside, who you really are on the inside, the results you provide, your confidence, who you are, how you feel about yourself, and consciously pick a wardrobe. Consciously choose colors. Consciously choose language that allows you to create a brand, which is the essence of you, which is how people talk about you when you're not there. Like when I ask people what they think of me, or even if I don't ask and I'm in a conversation with a prospective client and I'm like, just listening to them talk about me, they're like, Naima, I want to live opulently. I want more than enough money. I want what, and these are words that we use in our branding. This is the way that I adorn myself, and this is who I am. We're not making anything up. I don't make anything up about the truth of who I am. If you're not into champagne, we're not going to have you drinking champagne. If you're not into travel, we're not going to have you talking about travel. If you're not into beaches and stilettos and living a certain kind of way, we're not going to have you do that. However, whatever it is true for you. If you are into bunnies, believe me, that needs to be a part of your brand. Because we're talking about a life here. We're not talking about just business. If you're an online entrepreneur, there's not often a division between life and business, right? There's a very fine line, right? And so, there's been times when I've done Facebook Lives while having tea or cocktails at the Ritz. I've done Facebook Lives or YouTube videos after having photo shoots. I'll have a coaching client, and then I'll get off that and come right on here and do a radio show or do something. And it's like this blending of life and business. And when you are a successful business owner, particularly online, okay, your presentation, your verbal presentation, you being able to write powerfully, eloquently, in a way that moves people. I'm going to show you this lights me up so much, being able to write in a way that moves people. Just imagine being able to sit on your couch or in your living room or at your desk or wherever from your favorite place to live at in the world. So think of the place that if you could have it your way, where would you live in the world? Really come up with that right now. You should already have it if it's a place that you love and you've been thinking about. Think about where you would live if you could live anywhere in the world. Right? Let's say it's Italy. Let's say it's Florence, Italy, right? Just imagine you sitting in your apartment in Florence, Italy, writing in a compelling, moving way that when you send that content to your list, or you put that content on Facebook, or you put it wherever your network is, that people call you or they email you. And that you're able to build a thriving business doing that. Or that you're able to adorn your body in a way that shows that you care about how you look, that you are somebody worth looking at. Right? Nobody wants to look at somebody boring on camera, okay? And that you've cultivated the internal framework. You've cultivated your coaching skills, because I know that's an issue for many of you. You've cultivated your coaching skills. And that when you go to push publish on the camera, the way I've done here today, or you go to create a YouTube video, that you are compelling on camera, that you look fabulous. And you look so fabulous, so you feel so fabulous, so it shines in the way you talk and the way you look at yourself. And people can feel that. They say, you look fabulous. You're glowing. I love that dress. I love that lipstick. Huh? And that is how you start to build that relationship. And when you start to make offers that are in line with the value that you provide, people lean into you. They start to respect you. They start to trust you. Because I'm telling you, the very first photo shoot I did was in Saint-Tropez in the south of France. This was in the summer of 2005. This is when I started to get it. And I just wanted to do a photo shoot. I wasn't even thinking about branding and, looking good. I just wanted to have a good time. This was right after I had made the declaration that it was going to be the rest of my epic life. I was at my own 2-day event and I had made a declaration that from that day forward, I was going to live the rest of my epic life. And so the photo shoot was just an opportunity for me to live it up and have fun and have memories and do a professional photo shoot. And that was the intention. So here I am, baby, on the Mediterranean in the French Riviera. You hear me? Okay. I'm in the south of France. We go to this restaurant called Café de Paris. The photographer knew the people there. We go in there. We take photos. I have on a white silk dress and we get me some champagne. This is what you can do. When you go ahead and you live the life of your dreams and you look seriously, right? See, at the time I was just having fun. It wasn't about taking it serious. But then I did this several more times thereafter once I started to see the power in it. So, we doing this photo shoot and I'm cracking up because the photographer is awesome. The makeup artist is there. We just having a good old time. Then we go and we do some shots by the water, because where we are is on the water, but we walk outside and we walk closer to the water. We go back to my apartment. I change outfits. So now I have on shorts and I got on a silk top, and we go do some more shots. And then I change my outfit again and I put on another dress and we go do some more shots. And we are literally, me and him, and the makeup artist left about halfway through, me and him are literally walking around the French Riviera here in Saint-Tropez, taking photos, just having a good old time, fabulous. And I paid a lot of damn money for that photo shoot, $2,000 to be exact, okay? So we take all these photos, and I'm doing it just for fun. As a matter of fact, I have a video on YouTube right now with me and Saint Tropez in my studio, just like an hour after me and him had that photo shoot, talking about how much I've changed, about how fabulous it was, about it's possible. Because remember, this is, man, oh my God, it's just, fuck. I just had upgraded. I just made the decision to upgrade so seriously, and money was coming in as a result of that decision. And so, so that was that photo shoot. And so obviously I started using the photo shoots online. Okay. I started using them. I started using them in my branding and my marketing. I just started using them everywhere all the time. And what started to happen is people would contact me, and they would contact me for business or for questions or wondering what it would be like to work together or inquiries about their business. But they would always make mention of my photos. They would always make mention of, oh, it looks like you're living like this. Oh, it looks like, oh, I see you're this. Oh, And then what started to happen was a higher quality of person started to contact me. Now, I had clients prior to this, but they were, you know, what I call a mediocre client, meaning they weren't willing to spend more than about $5,000. Okay. Now I know this is not to demean $5,000, like $5,000 is nothing, but I knew I wanted more. I knew the value of the transformation that I was bringing into women's lives, which at the time was healing sexual trauma, was enormous. And that to work with a woman over a 5-month period or 6-month period for $5,000 was nothing. Okay. And so, you know, that happened, and these people are contacting me, and they're saying this, and I'm noticing that people are starting to see me differently, right? So then I decided, okay, so then I moved to Italy, okay? I moved to Italy in July of 2015, and boom, that's another upgrade, right? While I was in Milan, Italy, I decided to do another photo shoot, this time partly for fun and partly because I'm like, well, I think this photo shoot thing is something, right? And so, boom, we do another photo shoot in Milan, Italy. Again, tons of fun. This time I got a whole crew. This is what's possible for you when you upgrade your life. When you start taking yourself seriously, when you start putting enormous value on the transformation you bring to your clients' lives. So this time I had the photographer with his assistant. I had a makeup artist. I had hairstylist. Oh, big deal. Hairstylist. And they all stayed for the whole time. Okay, so here we go to the center of Milan, because we started off with hair and makeup at the photographer studio. Boom, we all commute to the center of Milan for this photo shoot, and we have fun. We're taking photos in front of Prada and Versace and shops that I love. We are inside of a restaurant that's beautiful, that's right next to the Duomo. We are, where else did we take a photo shoot? Oh, then we take photos in front of the Duomo. So then we have the Duomo as the backdrop, which is the major cathedral in the center of Milan. And I'm just having a grand old time. I'm just lit up. I love photo shoots. They are transformative, and I highly recommend them. So anyway, boom, here we go again, using them all over the internet, in emails, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on everywhere that I'm active, on LinkedIn, inside of private Facebook groups. I'm sharing photos, and I'm sharing about what it is that I do, which I went from healing sexual trauma into then the life that you live once you heal sexual trauma, which is an empowered place, which is the freedom to be who you are, to go out and live your life, to create the money you want, to have the relationships you want, to have everything that you want, right? Because we're not healing just to heal. We're healing because we want to live fabulously. And so I did my own rebranding, and Opulent Living was born, and right, I'm able to share these photos and show my life. And then I'm taking home photos, because I'm living my life in Milan, and I'm taking all these pictures around Italy, upgrading. And then it happens again. These people are contacting me. Wonderful clients. I mean, and I'm high vibing too, right? Because when you start to transform and you up your level in your brand, you magnetize higher quality, higher vibrational clients. So here it's happening some more. People are contacting me Naima, your things are changing for you so quickly. I've been watching you for the last year or two, or right? Excuse me, I got a message coming through. And so it's happening again. Then I do another photo shoot in Paris. I'm having a blast. And then you get bored with photos, so you always want another photo shoot. You get bored with the photos that you took and you want another photo shoot. So boom, I'm taking more photos. I'm in Paris this time, and I'm doing videos in Paris, and this is what's possible for you, and this is why we've added this branding division. And so, I've gone on to do more photo shoots since then and upgrade my brand, upgrade my image, and not only that, really dress in accordance with who I am. This is not about dressing like me. Like, I like to dress in goddess gowns and fabulous silks and wear expensive jewelry and have my hair and makeup done and, invest the time and money in that. And that is me. That has been me since I was a child. Well, maybe not the hair and makeup part, but I've been getting my hair done since I was 14, and just this serious attention to dressing fabulously and looking fabulously and really cultivating myself from the inside and having that exude itself on the outside is something that I know from personal experience over the years that transforms a woman. And it's easy to get to, right? Like the inside game, that takes some time, right? Yes, transformation is a thought away, and it takes time to really dig in and get the gunk out that a lot of us are dealing with, really dig in and get the, fear of what other people think, and will my mom love me, and will they still like me? And, it takes time to really get up under that, but you're outside, we can transform that in a weekend. And so this is what I want to present under this new division of branding with Opulent Living, is I want for you, if you are a woman who knows that your outer game could use some serious upgrade, and you love how I adorn myself, you want to be supported in adorning yourself. And also I want to say this, we're at 6:30, wow. If you have questions, if you're on the webcast or on the phone lines and you have questions, go ahead and post them. I'm going to go look on my iPad here and see if there's any questions. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and type any questions you have for me in the comments section. And I'm going to come, go and check everything and do some refreshing and get to those. So if you want to be supported by me in these areas, let me open up my notes because I want to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay. So I'm talking about helping you transform from the inside out. So on the outside, what we're talking about is helping identify your personal expression and style through wardrobe. So we need to look at the way you currently dress, why you dress that way, and the way you want to dress and why you want to dress that way. So what image do you want to give across? So if you are, by the way, I'm also happy to work with executives. So women who are in high level management, CEO levels, totally happy to support you with this. So we need to look at how you want to present yourself. What's the way that you want to walk down the street and be seen as? Do you want to be seen as a leader? Do you want to be seen as a sexy vixen? Do you want to be seen as a professional woman who's worthy of people looking at you and listening to you and trusting what you say and giving you their money, investing in themselves through you? That's what we need to look at, because that's how we're going to dress for your body, okay, and your style. We're also going to have a photo shoot for you and shopping for the photo shoot, okay? Now I want to say something, get some clarity around the photo shoot. You can, this is really exciting right here. I live in Paris, France. I think the best place in the world to go shopping is Milan, Italy. That's my personal opinion. However, maybe you don't want to come to Italy. Maybe you don't even want to cross the Atlantic Ocean. San Francisco and Las Vegas are two cities that I'm willing to facilitate this transformation with you in, okay? So, or Paris, I want to say, I'm happy, like, my dream would be to work with you in Paris, but that's my dream. What's your dream? Okay. So Milan, Paris, San Francisco, or Las Vegas are the 4 cities that I'm willing to physically come into and help you transform your look through wardrobe and shopping, okay? Hair and makeup, obviously. So we're going to make sure we bring that whole crew. Hair, makeup, photo shoot. And I do a very good job of selecting premium photographers, hairstylists, and makeup artists. If you have loved my photos that you see, especially if you've been following me for years, you've seen my own evolution with photo shoots, my hair, my makeup, the look, the image, all that. If you love that and you want your own photo shoot to be supported by me with the shopping, the looks, the way that you're thinking, the way that you're carrying yourself, etc. So you can use these photos. Remember, you're going to be using these photos in your own online branding for your website and your social media stuff. When someone you want to put yourself out there for speaking opportunities, you're going to be using these photos as headshots to send for speaking opportunities. When you want to do any kind of like graphic things, right? You want to create graphics to maybe because you want to print business cards or print other things as it relates to your business. Maybe you want to do a booth at an event. You want to sponsor an event, speak at an event, and you want to be able to get some visuals, right? Branding visuals for your booth at different events. You want to have your professional photos. There are so many areas where your branding is important. And the reason why Opulent Living has been so successful is because I have invested so much money into not even just photo shoots, but all the visual stuff, the websites, when we do booths, investing in having the beautiful displays at our own booths, which is the graphic issue, every single thing where there's a visual component involved, having that look absolutely beautiful. And so when I talk about how you can go from wherever you are now to instantly transforming and upgrading how people see you, you do that through your image. That's something you can do in a weekend. It might take you a year to build a 6-figure business, but you can build your image over the weekend, okay? Through a photo shoot, through shopping, and allow that experience. What that experience will do is it will upgrade how you feel about yourself. That will allow you to be creative in how you're putting yourself out there in the marketplace. It will up your frequency and your energy so that then people will respond to you, a higher quality of people. Dear God, you want a higher quality of people along with you valuing yourself. Because if you don't value yourself, valuable people will look at you. When I say valuable, I mean people who are match your value, meaning you have gotten clear about your value. You're unapologetic about what you want to make. You put yourself out there and people respond to it in the form of money by contacting you as opposed to being repelled by you, which is what happens when I see women who because I can see through people, I can see where they have value, but they don't look well, right? So people, they get confused, they kind of like what you're saying, but you don't look like you know what you're talking about. So they're kind of and this is the mistake that I see a lot of women make who feel like credentials are enough, or who they do get their clients results. They know that they get their clients results and they're like, my clients get results. I don't need to dress. I don't need to, that's vain. But the truth is we do respond to things that look good. That's just the way it is. So personal expression and style through wardrobe. I'm going to reiterate this and then I'm going to go to questions. Personal expression and style through wardrobe. By the way, for those of you who are just joining us, I've just unveiled that Opulent Living has now added a branding division to our company, where we will be working with women specifically on branding themselves beautifully online. Okay, so this includes personal expression and style through wardrobe, photo shoot and shopping for the photo shoot, hair and makeup, then also helping you to write powerfully online. Okay, so that's it. I feel like I'm talking too much by going into that more, because I've said a lot about that. That if you are a coach, I remember what it was like to be a rookie in the coaching space. And just, you don't know what you don't know when you're a rookie. You're literally just shooting in the dark. If you were like me, you're hopping around to all these free webinars, wasting a lot of time, right? And the truth is, you don't need all that. You need to go with your gut, with the person who you feel drawn to. Go there, make sure they have the lifestyle you want, make sure they have the money you want, and you go there, have them show you what to do, and then go up. The issue that I have with new people is that because most of them are so distracted, like they're so, the rookiness, it's like there's so much that they don't know. And that it's not that they don't know, that's not the problem. It's just that I don't want to have to go back to the basics of what a landing page is, and the basics of, that beginning stuff that every rookie entrepreneur needs. And so the people who find the most value with me are people who already get the value of coaching. They're not trying to find what their passion is. They're not trying to, discover who their ideal client is, even though, the ideal client changes and, it changes, right? Like you're working with a certain client. It's changed for me for sure. And what happens is when you've been coaching for some time, you already really believe that you can do it, even if you're not making the money you want, versus a lot of rookie coaches, they're still trying to even believe that they can do it. They're still trying to believe that it's even possible. They're still in this place of, right, serious like rookie green versus, someone who's been in the game. That's what I want to work with. Someone who's been in the game. They've already gotten clients. They see it works. And what they really want to do is turn up the volume. What they really want to do is they want to get better clients. They don't just want a client and make a, like the rookie coaches typically are like, oh, $50 an hour. They're hourly situations versus experienced coaches. They already get that that's not the way to go because they've already exhausted themselves with that and they're ready. So for those of you who are rookies listening to me right now, you can upgrade right now. You can make the decision right now that you're no longer going to do hourly. You're no longer going to be play that whole, rookie scaredy cat game. Oh, I hope, I believe, and just decide right now that you're upping it, that you're upgrading right now, that you're going to take your brand seriously, that you're going to take you seriously, that you're going to take your business seriously, and stop hiding behind the computer and looking at me, sitting behind this computer looking for me. You need to get up and get out there, and I'm happy to help you. So learning how to write in a compelling way so you can sit in your apartment like I do all the time in your pajamas or in your silk dresses, sitting in your apartment, write in a compelling way because you've gotten so clear about what your message is. And I'm still continuing to do the business coaching. So if you want that, I'm here for you for that. I love it. Okay? So helping you get clear about your language. What is your message? What are you teaching women? What's the transformation you provide? Learning how to write that in a compelling way from your apartment or even from a cafe in your favorite city, right? Putting that online consistently with your new branded photos that you're going to get when we work together. That's communicating you as worthy of respect, trustworthy, hot, fabulous, okay? Strut. For those of you on camera, you see me strut. All right? It's a game changer. So that's what we're doing here in the branding division. So I am going to go and see if there's anything here for me to address. I like this standing up thing. You guys know I normally sit down when I do video. I love this standing up thing. So, I think that's it. I thought we were going to go the full hour. This is fine. We are done. I actually have a date when we're done here so I can get myself ready for my date before we go. Any questions on the webcast? On the Facebook Live. So I want to make another announcement. Oh, wait, first of all, I didn't even tell you how to reach out to us. If you would like to discuss a branding package, okay? There's 2 different packages, by the way. I want to tell you about the packages. I'm not going to go into too much detail because we'll talk about it if it makes sense when we're on the phone. But one package is called the Money and Respect package, and the other one is called the Coming Out package. So the Money and Respect, I see that as being for a woman who is already in the game. You know that what you have to offer is a value. You've already been working with clients, you have testimonials, or perhaps you're already an executive and you want to up your physical appearance. Not just that though, you want to feel better about yourself. You want to up your value, okay? And how you see your own value and how you communicate yourself, how you communicate your value, how you even talk with people in business conversations. That's who I see the Money and Respect package being for. And again, we'll talk and see which one makes sense for you. Then the second package is called the Coming Out package, okay? This is for those of you who you just decided you're coming out. You're brand new on some level, meaning you might be a rookie or you are wanting to move up with wherever you are at in your career. And you're coming out as the woman who you've been hiding. The woman who you are, who you've been hiding, she's coming out. The woman who you know yourself to be, she's coming out, okay? So branding is a game changer. And I am firsthand experience, my experience of, because I used to take photos from my phone and use them in my branding. If you go look at my feed, my Facebook feed from 2013, you'll see graphics and branding from, you can tell they're not professional. And when I started to take my wardrobe and my branding serious through professional photos, through my language, right? And putting them together. Because I always had pretty powerful language. But when I put the language together with the powerful branding, that's when the higher quality clients would contact me and felt safe to invest $10, $20, $50, $100,000 with me because I own it through my brand and then I back it up with who I really am. So I want to help you be the truth of who you are and really up the ante in who you're being online, okay? And let me tell you, branding is not racist. If you are with a certain group of people right now and you don't see that those people, first of all, your clients are not going to come from, most likely your clients are not going to come from your friends and family and, those people who kind of sort of know you, and it's going to come from the network, your online network. It's going to come from the people who are going to discover you because you stand out in the marketplace because you have fabulous branding, or because somebody's going to share something that you wrote with one of your photos because it looks so fabulous. And so you're going to have people who you've never met before who are going to find you, or some people who are in your network who start to respect you more because you're showing up much more respectable, beautifully, and like you're taking yourself serious. They're going to see it and feel it in the way you start showing up online once you do a branding. So to discuss, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a link with this video for you to schedule a power call, okay? It's going to be $97 for the power call. It's a screening fee because I don't want just, whenever I do this and I just put the link up there, we get a bunch of people who book the calls and they do it because it's free. So we're not going to do that. These are going to be $97. What's going to happen in this call is we're going to identify what your style is, okay? We're going to identify what your style is. We're going to look at which package is for you. If it makes sense, we might not even get that far, but we're definitely going to look at what your style is, how you want to present yourself, what you feel like is getting in the way of you being who you want to be. And then I'm going to coach you because I'm going to be the one taking these calls, okay? Looking at who it is that you need to become and what action steps you can take immediately after we get off the phone to step into a new branded you, whether you step into one of our packages or not, okay? Because whether you step into one of our packages or not, upgrading is always on the menu. Presenting yourself more powerfully, garnering more respect is always on the menu, okay? So there's going to be a link with this video. You can go ahead and click that link. If you're listening to this via the instant teleseminar, then you can send an email to questions@theopulentlife.com and let us know that you were listening to today's radio show and that you would like a link to book a power call with me, okay? So again, if you're watching this on the video, there's going to be a link here for you to go ahead and schedule that power call for you and I to discuss your branding. And if you're listening to this on the webcast or on the instant teleseminar, then send us an email to questions@theopulentlife.com. Again, that's questions, which is plural, questions@theopulentlife.com. And I'm going to do one more refresh here to see if someone has. And I have one more announcement, you guys, one more announcement. Okay, so the final announcement is that you guys know that the radio show has been daily at 12 p.m. Eastern. Last week, we were only on Monday because on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was leading the Wielding Her Power series, which was fabulous, by the way. If you are not in that group to watch the 5 conversations that were had, we discussed stepping into your power around money and sex and cultivating your intuitive ability. And also image. We talked about image and your outward, stepping into your power around your image there as well. The details to join that group is inside of the Opulent Living group. So that was amazing. And that's why we didn't have the radio show every day last week. But what I've decided is that the radio show is going to go to one day a week now. So we're returning. It always was Monday. And I switch it up. Sometimes I go to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes I go to daily. And I actually had suspended it for a while. So I have returned, and Life in Paris Radio will be one day a week, and it will be on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So that's the final announcement. So one, we're going to reiterate that the one that we have launched now, the branding division of Opulent Living, and that we are working specifically on helping you build your outer appearance to match your inner game. Okay. So obviously, if your inner game is down, we got to get your inner game up. But it's to really present yourself as the power and woman that you are so that you garner more respect, more eyeballs, and more money, whether you are an entrepreneur or an executive that works for someone else. And 2, the radio show is now Mondays only. The Life in Paris radio show is now Mondays only at 12 p.m. Eastern. So there's going to be a link with this video if you want to book a power call to discuss how I can support you with the branding part specifically. And then keep in mind, if you want to discuss the business part, we can too. Like that, we're not ending that. Our business coaching is not ending. Our business and mindset. We're adding this branding division, okay? And if you're listening to my voice right now, you can send an email to questions@theopulentlife.com. Again, questions@theopulentlife.com. And I look forward to returning to the radio show next Monday, same time, same place. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.